First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the name who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is the name who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashim means in the name, Rakam means spirit, Kodash means holy. That's all in the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honor to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me his truth. So I wanted to make a quick video, right, going over a video I made the other day, I think it was on Sunday, going into how Alex Jones and other sources were coming out saying that this variant was going to come out, right? It was going to start spreading, and that they're going to come back with the mass lockdowns and everything they did in 2020. And man, look at look at it right now, man. Right? Let's look at the news. Atlanta-based Morris Brown College says they are reinstating COVID mask mandates. Morris Brown College, another or the same one. Hollywood studio brings back mask mandate amid spike in COVID cases. Right? Atlanta College, Hollywood. Okay, Lionsgate. Okay, and pretty much when you really look into it, everyone, right? We already see this is just a trend. Yeah, but everyone's gonna start getting that mask mandate again. And how Alex Jones said, right? Airports, masks, mandates. Okay, flying. Okay, then it's gonna get to schools. Then it's gonna be everywhere. And then the lockdowns are gonna come once again, man. Okay, so hey, this is all prophetic, and ultimately it's the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He's orchestrating all this. Because as we know, he controls good and evil. Let's get to the scriptures. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, and I'll start at verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginnings of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay? And ultimately, this is the beginning, right? We're experiencing it right now, right? We haven't entered it fully, right? We're at the beginning. We're just seeing the effects of what's going on. And as soon as that ball starts rolling, it's just going to gain more speed and more momentum, right? The snowball effect, right? As it says, what shall I do when these evils come? And ultimately, all we have to do is have faith, right? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Okay, so famine, right, which goes into when food is scarce, right, very little food, right, plagues, diseases, right, COVID, as we're seeing, tribulation, okay, financial tribulation, which goes into problems. You might have financial problems, okay, you might have problems just on a day-to-day because things are going to get rough. Anguish are set as scourges for amendment, right? These are all the things that are going to be set upon the earth, and ultimately in the end days, how it's prophesied. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7, and it says, for nation shall rise against nation, or let's start at 6, it says, or 5, it says pretty much the apostles, right, they're going into what would be the sign of when he comes back. Okay, that was the context. But let's just start at verse 6 now. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. What are we hearing right now? Russia, Ukraine. Right? We know that ultimately Iran and Israel is going to bring that into full effect, but we hear the rumors of wars and the wars. Okay? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And these are things that we're seeing right now, right? The only one we haven't seen on a full-scale effect is famine. And just wait till famine comes and see how these women, right, these men, everybody gets in order, okay? And they're all going to be looking for an answer in that day, but as the scriptures say, hey, they're not going to see the prophets anymore, right? Because the prophets are going to shut up, right? That's another prophecy, the famine of the word. Okay, when things start hitting the fan, you're not going to see the prophets out here doing the work, right? Preaching like that. Because, hey, we know what time it is. It's time to lay back and retreat, okay? But as it says, all these are the beginnings of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay, all these things are going to come to pass. And I missed this part right here, earthquakes, right? Look up earthquake tracker on Google and see how many earthquakes are happening and how they've amplified throughout all the years, all these recent years. Okay, earthquake after earthquake after earthquake. And ultimately, we do know that Esau, Edom, right, the government, they have technology to cause earthquakes, to cause tsunamis, right? As we saw over there in Maui, whatever they did with the, when they used the directed energy weapon, okay, they have technology to do all these natural so-called disasters, okay, but it still all comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? But let's go back to Second Esdras, chapter 16 now, because 15 and 16 pretty much go into end times, right? End time prophecy. Um, yeah, let's start at 38. It says, as when a woman, or let's start at 37. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, right? All these plagues we just read, famine, pestilence, earthquake, wars, right? They're drawing nigh and they're not gonna miss, man. They're gonna get here. It says, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth they slack not a moment, right? So when a woman is giving birth, hey, she has those pains, right, continually. Okay, and as she's getting to that end point, the pains, right, they get faster and faster and faster till the baby comes out. Okay, and ultimately this is likening it to when Yahweh Shai comes back, right? Things are gonna get worse and worse and worse till we see him crack the clouds with the heavens or with the angels. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth, right? Be as pilgrims, right? Moving here, right? You see that danger is coming, you move somewhere else, right? We're going to have to be on the run, literally, okay? It says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. And he that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it. And he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. Yeah, you're pretty much going to have to leave all your worldly occupation, right? Whatever work you were doing, you're going to have to abandon it, okay? And you can also liken this to when lockdowns come, right? How, hey, there's not going to be work, right? And actually, there's a scripture that goes into that. It goes, grinding, right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, and verse 3. I'll start at. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? The grinders is going into that work, right? It's going to cease, right? There's going to be very few workers because things are going to be so dire, right? The conditions are going to be so great that people are just not going to be working, man. They're not going to be working, okay? And ultimately, we see this all coming in the future, right? We see, how I've said before, we see the game plan, right? We see the story, right? We're just waiting, okay? Patiently waiting for it to play out. And that's ultimately why we're going to be protected. It's because we know the game plan. We have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? We prepared and got ourselves ready for the battle that is to come. But verse 4 says, and the door shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay? So, hey, you're not going to have to throw on that alarm anymore to go to work, right? To go to that grinding, because there's not going to be any work, right? Full lockdowns, full chaos on the earth. No one's going to be thinking about, damn, I need to clock in, hit my 9 to 5. Not everybody is going to be worried about, how am I going to eat? How am I going to get water? How am I going to survive? Right? That's going to be the paradigm shift that's going to come to these people. And as it says, they're going to have a rude awakening. He's going to come like a thief in the night, right? Catch them when they're slacking, okay? And ultimately, the elect are not going to get caught slacking, right? Before this even came, we already had that paradigm shift, and we were prepared mentally. So when all these things come to pass, hey, it's not going to be a shock because we expected it, okay? But let's go back to the article, right? As it says, news about COVID mask mandate. Okay, and we can see, right? It's all coming back, and it's not going to be like 2020, right? Let's put it like that. It's not going to be like 2020, right? They already maximized. They already looked at what can they adjust, how can they do things better. Okay, so when they come with the second wave, hey, they're gonna be full on effect, right? Able to get people with whatever laws and legislations they apply. Okay, because that's ultimately how Esau Edom pushes his wickedness, is through the policy, right? The laws and legislations. That's how he justifies his wickedness, saying, oh no, you can't do this because this law. Okay, and these demons, right, they literally make a law that's not righteous. Right? They can make a law that says they can take your daughter, right? They can take your woman and do whatever they want with them. And they'll tell you, oh, it's in the law, so we can do it. You know what I mean? So they can just make up anything and justify it by saying it's in the law. So same thing with this situation right here. They can take, they can lock you down in your house, right? Tell you you can't leave, and hey, it's because of the law, right? They can do whatever they want because of the law. But that's just something to think about, right? Let's read a couple more news headlines. It says, most should wait for updated COVID boosters to. Yeah, don't do that. Most should wait for updated COVID booster shots to maximize protection. Serious COVID cases in the rise in Colorado and nationally, right? We already know it's coming back, man. We know it's coming back. So just prepare yourselves mentally, brothers and sisters, right? Don't take any more jump shots if you did take one, right? But don't take anything that the government is pushing. Um, Ultimately, there's gonna be people that are gonna say, "Oh, don't comply, right? Don't comply this and that." And what these are the people that are gonna get shot down, man. It's lucky for laughing. It's just that the people that are out here saying, "Nah, we can't comply. Nah, we can't do this." Right? There's gonna be thousands, man, thousands and thousands of people that are gonna buck up, right, to what's going on, and they're gonna go out there and protest and do all this crazy shit. And a lot of those people, hey, because of those acts, they're gonna get killed because they didn't apply wisdom, man. Right? The elect, hey, we know that no matter what we do, hey, nothing's gonna change. Right? These are the plans of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, so don't be a fool and try to be like these simpletons out here that are gonna go out and protest and riot and do all that, because ultimately it's not gonna change nothing, and we still have to go through the tribulation. Okay, ultimately all that's gonna do is bring more trouble on you and make your life more chaotic. So, hey, lay back, right? Do your thing, serve the Heavenly Father, get right, right? Make sure you're in the right spirit. Okay, truly serving Him in humbleness and meekness, and just prepare mentally, right? Physically, if you can, and spiritually for the times that are coming ahead. But that was a more of so of a spiritual rant with the scriptures. But hopefully it was just edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rukakwadash, and double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of great millstone at time of his truth. Shalom to you, Shalom.